Hello, it's Michelle from Lacquerer Lever, and I am here with It Girl Plate 118, and I'm really excited about this plate because it represents a lot of causes that I believe very deeply in. And I think for those of us who do nail art, one of the things that we want to be able to do is express our support for causes through our nail art. So one of the things that's, you see a lot of are, pink ribbons for breast cancer or blue ribbons for autism awareness. And like this puzzle piece image here is also a symbol for autism awareness. So I love that there are so many different things here that I personally think it's important to bring awareness to and to show support for. So I'm just super excited, super glad that this plate exists, and super honored to be able to review it for you. So let's go through these. Obviously the rainbow flag, is a symbol of gay rights, but you may not know that there's a lot of different kinds of rainbow flags for different things. So for example, bisexuals have a pink, more like a magenta stripe at the top, and then blue at the bottom, and then a lavender, which is the kind of the melding of the two colors. And that flag represents bisexual rights. So there are all of these different kinds of flags that you can represent your different things, your full rainbow, bisexual rainbow. Asexuality is, I forget the exact order, but it's black and gray and white and purple. So 4 stripes. So she's got the different kinds of flags here. So for whatever kind of cause you are supporting, you can get the right number of stripes in there and the right colors in there, and you're good to go with some reverse stamping. The peace sign, because I think that's a pretty good sort of standard message to always be, putting peace out, or as much love out into the world as we can. So the love is love is love is love. I adore this, and I really love both of these as background images. For example, you could have this in the background on a tone-on-tone kind of color thing across your nails, and then 2 female relationships, 2 males relationships, your pansexual relationship, all of these different kinds of relationships, but just sending the message that love is love, and it shouldn't ever be a bad thing, in my opinion, to love, and we need more love in the world. This is one that's really important to me because I am a heterosexual, and I do support all of these other causes. And so the safety pin is a symbol for people to wear to signal that you are a safe person, you are a safe zone, that you support these other lifestyles, even though that's not necessarily your lifestyle. So I love that she gives you the safety pin, a single safety pin, and then a full nail image safety pin, because that's another thing that would be great to go ahead and mix and match with these, as this is a full nail image, and mix and match the particular cause that you want to support. So Black Lives Matter, I think it's a very complicated situation because, of course, police deserve our respect, but we also can't turn our backs on the fact that certain groups of people in our populations are treated differently, and that's important for us to be aware of. So the semicolon, which is really has particular importance for me because I've struggled with depression my whole life, and a semicolon is it's a mark of punctuation, and the way I've heard it explained that I really like is that it's a mark of punctuation that for when you could have ended a sentence, you could have ended a sentence with a period, but you chose to use a semicolon to keep the sentence going. And because of that, it is used by people who have considered suicide, or supporting people who have considered suicide, to tell them not to end their sentence with a period, but to keep it going. And that means a lot to me, especially as someone who has suffered from depression my whole life, and I've known a lot of people that have suffered from depression, and it's not coincidental, I think, that a lot of these things that people struggle with they end up struggling with depression as well, because they're not necessarily supported by society as maybe they should be, I think. So you've got your ribbon that you can use for any color to support anything. Your snowflake, no hate. We went through those. Lambda, which is a general symbol for any sort of gay rights, queer rights. This is a bisexual moon. This is a symbol for atheism. I think traditionally people don't necessarily think of atheism as a spirituality, but that doesn't mean that people who are atheists are not spiritual. And so if you want to show your support for that cause, or if that's something that you personally believe in, there you go. Another rainbow, #resist, which I really think, at least for me right now, is important. It's an important mindset to keep fighting for things you believe in. Love wins. This is a big one in my life. This is, the spade is, it's an ace of spades, and that stands for ace or asexuals. This is a universal, I believe this began as an international symbol for equality, and I think it's normally blue and then the equal sign is yellow, I believe. Just equality for all different kind of groups, and this one is equality of all different kinds of love. So if you're not aware of these symbols down here, so in Nazi Germany, in the concentration camps, different groups of people were marked by these inverted triangles in different colors. So, for example, homosexuals, the Nazis did not care for homosexuals over much, and they were marked with a pink triangle. So if you see somebody wearing a pink inverted triangle, that is reclaiming that symbol of hatred and of genocide, and using it as a source of empowerment now. And there are different colors for different, like the Nazis used, I believe, red for political enemies. So there are all different kinds of inverted triangles that you'll see that show different, and oftentimes you'll see a bunch of them together to show different groups coming together to show support for each other. And then, of course, you've got your rainbow here. And this one, the circle represents support. And I believe traditionally it is a green circle. And then this inside, you know, if it's pink or what have you, it's generally for a group like gay rights or any whatever like that. But with the circle and the triangle together, that indicates support. So it's similar like the safety pin, where it's an indication that this is a safe place. Other people can feel safe and feel like they can be themselves without having to hide who they are, and feel like they're in danger if they don't hide who they are. So, which again, I think is, it's important. I think it's important not just to speak up if you are a member of one of these groups, but if you support one of those groups and you want to show your solidarity with those groups and say, you know, you may meet up with a lot of hate in your day-to-day life, but you're not going to get that from me. And I think, what's the expression, right? That the only thing that evil needs to prosper is for good men to stay silent. And it can be hard to know, you know, on a day-to-day basis what you can do to support somebody. And it may feel like it's not a lot to stamp some safety pins on your nails, or to stamp, you know, but it's something. It's a step in the right direction. And particularly while you're doing other things too, why not have your nails look awesome? Like, you always want your nails to look awesome, and support those causes as well. Okay, so these full nail images are about 2.2 millimeters wide, about the same tall, so they're about 2.2 millimeters square. In inches, we are looking at 2/16 short of an inch, so that means that's also square. And because we've got a whole range of different sized images here, there's a shot with the inches, and here is a shot with the centimeters. Okay, for my stamping test, I am going to use It Girl Nail Art stamping polish in Sapphire, and I am going to use my clear stamper. Great pickup. Gorgeous transfer, a little bit warped, but that was just because of how I picked it up. It's not because of the quality of the image. Gorgeous quality there. Beautiful image, and gorgeous transfer on that. Great crisp lines. Gorgeous, bold, and beautiful. And perfect transfer. Beautiful. I think this is the biggest, the widest one. And you can see I didn't have an issue getting that on there. And gorgeous again. And great transfer. So, It Girl Nail Art, always really good quality. Love the stamping polish, love the plate. I will link everything on down below, and thanks for watching.